We're going to look at today trying to do some simulations where we're using this rand value, and that's a random number between 0 and 1. And what you can see, this piece over here where it says change this, if you modify that value to be anything, just change a value, it'll automatically update all the random values so that we'll have a way to kind of run the simulation multiple times. So what we want to do is we want to, in this heads or tails, we want to write a conditional statement. So it starts with the equals if, and I want to know if this value is greater than what we have here. So if we're doing a coin flip, that's where we have our probability as 0.5, right? Half chance, 50% chance of heads, 50% chance of tails. If that's true, then we're going to say that that's a heads. And if it's false, so that's after the comma, it's tails. So what that's telling us is, again, if this condition is true, it's heads. If it's not, then it's tails. And we hit enter. It wants to autofill for us, which is okay on this case. And let's just check one of them to see that, yes, that's using that 0.5 there. So what we'll have is the ability to simulate heads and tails. You can look here that this goes down all the way to 500 simulations. So we flip a coin 500 times. And then this should already be built in for you, this longest run. We're going to try to add that here. The longest run, we're going to use that to figure out which of these is our longest run here. Now, the way that this works is a little bit complicated, and so it should be already set for you. But basically, it's asking, are these two things the same? If they are, then we add 1 to our current total. If they're not the same, then we reset our count to be 1. So you can see here that I had, for this one, right, those were the same, so it was 1 plus 1 more. And if we go down here, we actually had a long run of heads. So I had 12 heads in a row. Again, this is adding to those previous totals. So if I want the longest run, I'm going to say equals max. I want the max value for this column. And then it changes it, right? So because every time we do it, it simulates it. I get a 7. So if I'm curious where that 7 is, I can do a control F, look for 7. Let's see, 7 in the run is right there. So you can see I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tails. For that simulation, it was my longest run. I could change this again now that it's all set up. Let me get rid of that highlighting. And I'm going to change this to, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I got a run of 10. I got a run of 8. I got a run of 10. So you can see that even though it's a 50-50 chance every time, right, we're still going to get these runs, these streaks of where we get heads or tails in a row.